Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. We are well on our way to finding 1,000 true fans, an idea that was put forth by, I believe, Kevin Kelly on KK.org a few years back. And that meant something to me. I started to think about the community at large, those of you who love what we do here with Locker Gnome and the content we provide. We have been doing for well over a decade, almost 2 decades. It's been that long. So a few years ago, I started broadcasting my home office at live.perillo.com, and did how many thousands of videos with that. It's still being broadcast, and if you have not stopped by lately, you may try it one more time, if only because we added an old yet new dynamic, or at least a new twist on the old dynamic. Back in the day, I would leave my microphone up all the time, and sometimes bring in people by way of, at that point, we were using Ventrilo. So even if I wasn't in the home office, you could still interact by way of the chat room to people who were moderators and could talk back to you by way of voice. And it kind of created, I thought, a very fun experience. The problem was, I would always have to mute the feed if I wanted to get something done, and it was very interruptive to my workflow. Or I would have to mute the Ventrilo server if I was trying to concentrate and think, and that would disrupt everything. Well, yesterday I thought, well, what if we set up Mumble, and we're very grateful that Creighton, who's also a part of our community, what if Creighton used his skills, set up a Mumble server, and if you're not familiar with Mumble, it's an open source program, cross-platform, that allows you to have real-time, high-quality, low-latency chat. Way better than Skype. Gamers love using things like Mumble, Vent, or Ventrilo, TeamSpeak. I think that's the other one, if I'm not mistaken. I never really used that one, though. So I set it up and connected it to the live stream computer such that it's always there. So we've got a live, interactive Mumble chat server, and we set it up specifically for those true fans, I would say, and that would be those who are registered Gnomies. Have a lot of fans, but we can't just open it up to everybody, because you can only imagine the amount of chaos that would flow throughout if that happened. So I've joined my Mumble group, the private Mumble group that's being broadcast now on live.perillo.com. So if you thought that I wasn't broadcasting audio anymore, that's no longer true. And whatever we're talking about, you're going to be able to hear, and we're probably going to be geeking out about one thing or another. So let me go ahead and ask. Hang on. I got to jump into the room itself. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Hello, Chris.
How's it going, Chris?
So there's a handful of our Gnomies who are in the Mumble group, this private chat room. Not everybody can join, because, as I said, that could potentially be chaos. We're limiting it just to those who have become registered users on gnomies.com. You are more than welcome to join. In fact, when I shared the information of setting up this Mumble chat, specifically in conjunction with live.perillo.com, a few people on Facebook actually considered becoming registered Gnomies at that very moment. So it's for people who live all around the world. And even if I'm in bed, I may have the speakers off, but chat may still be happening. In fact, on my way to get the haircut today, I tuned in to the live feed at live.perillo.com and could hear people using the Mumble chat room. And you can set up Mumble on your own, too. Don't think that it's just for me. You can download it for free at mumble.sf.net, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's something that I'm adding value on I would say, a consistent or a regular basis. With, any luck, I'll be able to open up the Mumble chat maybe later on in TLDR broadcast to potentially take questions and interactions from the audience if I want to ask the Gnomies a question instead of them just answering in the chat room, or you in the YouTube video feed, to be able to bring them in by way of voice and interact with I guess the greater part of our community. See, there's a great part of our community and a greater part of our community. Bottom line, I do believe we do have a great community. So, if anything, I wanted to let you know that live.perillo.com may be evolving into a dynamic, very geeky radio station as more and more people join the Mumble chat server that we set up. And if nothing else, if you did not know that Mumble was an open source alternative to Ventrilo, check it out. I love using it. It's not perfect. In fact, I have to set up, using an automator routine on macOS 10, a way to start the application, wait 30 minutes, quit the application, wait 5 seconds, relaunch the application, because I think it's got a memory leak. But if you've never heard of Mumble before, check it out. And maybe you have before. Maybe you're more of a vent type of person. Maybe you are was it TeamSpeak? You wouldn't know. I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean to. She's bringing me Mumble juice. And believe me, if I have enough of this, that's exactly what I'll be doing. Law laggy. Chat is laggy. Podcast on iTunes. So it's interesting. If we get enough Nomies registered, signed up, and using this Mumble chat room, there is a distinct possibility that throughout the day and potentially night, we'll be able to set up like schedules on live.perlo.com to talk about certain topics and almost have our own podcasts with Nomies. Like 1 hour, maybe, people talking about comic books. Another hour, maybe people talking about sci-fi. Another hour, maybe people talking about Lego. Another hour, maybe people talking about Macs. Another hour, maybe Linux. Another hour, maybe PCs. Another hour, maybe Windows. I mean, really, I'm opening this up as much as I possibly can to you and allowing you to, I guess, play along. And I'm very, very happy to see how well this was received. One of the Nomies who joined after, I think he searched for my name on Google after remembering me from Tech TV, Stacy is his name, and he had a total blast. In fact, we kept him up late last night talking in the chat room. Talking, literally, just talking. And so if you would like to talk with me and other people, like in real time, you can join our chat group, the Nomies chat group, or set up your own Mumble server. I wouldn't necessarily be able to join yours because that's a lot of talking. Stones Kickers on YouTube says 1 hour could be Vista. That would be a very short or very long hour. How many Nomies are there? Thank you, PaulCroft77, for asking that. Again, on YouTube. Pay attention to as many of you as I can. We have approximately 100 registered Nomies, which is well ahead of our goal. If we can reach 1,000 Nomies by the end of the year, well, number one, I think it's a success today. But if we can reach that point by the end of the year, we'll be there. We'll be well on our way. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be able to give what I've given you, not just for free, but even special access and more direct access, including all the photos and videos from behind the scenes that Diana, my girlfriend, keeps publishing. I don't even know she's taking a picture half the time until I see it on Facebook. I'm like, when did you take that picture? So, there you go. Mumble, Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, do you think we could do anything else in terms of communicating back and forth within our community? Let me know what you think.